Okay, so I've got the Extreme Flight Extra 300 EXP 60-inch on the bench. I've copied over its model. There it is. And I can't actually take the prop off, so I'm not going to use the LiPo because I don't want to accidentally have the prop start up and eat my face, because it's a big old girl. It's 15.8. So what I'm going to do is just use a NiCad into the aileron lead for binding. Also, while off camera, I have fitted the stand off the 14 now to the 16. Now I am going to do a full video going over the Extreme Flight aircraft we have here, and yes, I will do that at some point. Let's do the bind. So with this, because it is just a 7-channel, all we have to do is plug in this NiCad, and you can see now you have the green flashing light. Gonna put you the wrong way around, but hopefully whoops, well, that'll do. And then it won't do because so now I'm just going to poke the button for binding. Flashes red, and that is now bound up. So what I'm going to do now actually is go around and take, because I'm going to do the commentary for this upstairs on the decent microphone. I'm going to take pictures of all the parts of this plane that I want to talk about, and then we can go upstairs and talk about it. So that is now this one done as well. We've got the what for to do next, and we'll see that in a moment. Okay, so I'm going to upload this as a separate video as well, but I'll include it in the main one as well. This is my 16SZ, and I believe I have found a bit of a software glitch. As you can see at the moment, we're on extra 300. We have a 7-minute timer, we have 8 clicks of up trim, and that's it. Now if I go into model select and go new model, yes, I'm sure. You can see it's listed as new, there's no timer, and there's no trim. Now if I go into model select, I don't want new at the beginning, I want it at the end, because I want to keep all of my 4 jets there at the top. So if I want to copy new model, which again, this is the one that we're on, internal, you can see we've now got new 1. So I'm going to choose it, select it. This is our copy of new, that's why it says new 1, and go yes. We now all of a sudden have a 7-minute timer and 8 clicks of up trim, which is the same as the extra. So it hasn't copied new, it's copied the extra by giving it the new name, and it's more than just this. So if I go into so for example, I have, I'm moving the elevator at the moment, I actually have that on, that's why. It has my dual rates and everything, which is really bizarre. Now when I copied in my extra, it was at the beginning, I copied and pasted to the end, and as you can see everything's gone through normally. It's just a bit weird. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into model select, I'm going to just delete new, just so we're start refresh, select Concorde for now. Get rid of new 1. Okay, so if I go new, yes. And as you can see, we're back to no timer, no trim, no whatever. Now if I just quickly go into this and just rename it new 2222, just so it's saved. Now if I copy that, so it moves it to the end of the list. Okay. I've realised a slight mistake with that, so bear with me, I'm just going to redo that test. Okay, so I made a mistake with that last test by choosing a model that's basically blank because Concord isn't finished yet. So we're back to extra, so we've got our 7-minute timer, 8 clicks of up trim. Now, what I'm going to do as a test is go to model select, I'm going to go new, yes. I'm going to reload, and as you can see it's a new model. We have no trim, no timer. If I go in here, you can see everything just works like a brand new model. Now, what I'm going to do as my test is all I'm going to do is rename. So, new 1111. If I go back into model select, copy, internal. Now let's have a look at new 1111. Aha! So now you can see we have no timer, we have no trims. If I go into servo, we have no things. So what have we learnt from this video? On the 216 and possibly the 18, I haven't tested that yet. To be fair, the 18 that my dad has is on like 1.2 for software, not 3.9, which is the latest one, which is what this is on. If you make a new model and decide to copy and paste it to move it, you need to at least change something. So probably what I would suggest for people to do is make a new model, name it, and then copy and paste it into the position, into the end of the radio. So yes, that's just something that I noticed as some sort of like weird bug, that it seems to remember the extra and not the new model. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is delete everything that I've just done, make the new model again, call it the Watt 4, which is what I'm working on at the moment, and then we'll copy and paste it into the right place and get rid of the old one. Simple as that. So yes, just in case you're having some weird issues with your 16 or 18 from Futaba, you're not alone. That was a weird issue that I've just noticed, but yes. Leave a comment if you noticed this yourself at some point. There's a known issue. I haven't looked it up yet, but never mind. And yes, if you're watching just the video on this issue, goodbye. But otherwise, this is part of a Tales from the Workshop episode, which will now continue. Right, so we've got our foam E model made now with the right name and everything. First things first is let's have a look at... Oh, you can rename them! Ah, that's interesting. Okay, function, throttle, you want to make motor. Would you like to reverse? Yes. Excellent. Right. What I'm going to need is the Terrace. So that is in this box, I think.
Welcome to OpenTX. Switch warning. Engines armed. Gear out. Flaps up. Switch warning. Engines armed.
Right, so in terms of timer for 5 minutes. Timer, no. Mode down, memory off. Oh. Wait, what? No, I don't want to reset switch, I want to start switch. J3. Wrong way around. Yep, okay, that's working. Anything else on here that I need to do? Binding, of course, I've got to do, which is on that page, but okay. So do we have on channel 6 aileron 2? We do. So I think these are all 100%. The only thing that we do is expo. So if we go into AFR, is it? Yeah, so aileron has an expo of 30, which on this is actually minus 30. It's a plus on the Terrace. For aileron, it's just 100%. Don't have any switches on this by the looks of it. And then elevator is 15. And then rudder is 20, like so. Motor is the only other thing we've got to program. That is motor off. Status on switch is this stuff I'm gonna miss. G. So I want that the other way around. So I want on. Excellent. So that is that. The only thing that we've got to do is reverses. I think is in outputs. So I think, based off the fact that everything on this is going the right way except channel 6, but probably on this, everything wants to go so yeah, everything on this is going the right way except 6, which is reversed. So probably on this I want everything to be reversed except channel 6. Luckily I do have the wings for this because I'm setting it up from scratch. So I'm going to bring the plane up, bolt the wings on just to make life easier, and I'm also going to take the prop off for safety. Couldn't do that on the extra because it was basically welded on, but no, we'll give that a try next. Okie, so I have got the plane assembled. I did the bind off camera because you've seen me bind the 7-channel receivers before, and interestingly the elevators are wrong and the ailerons are wrong. The rudder though is fine. Now, I did have an issue with the speaker controller. It was beeping all the time. It turns out what the problem was is it had learnt the endpoints from the FreeSky, which were in a slightly different place. So all I had to do was have the throttle all the way up, plug it in, let it beep a few times, shut it down, let it beep a few times, and now when you don't have the motor switch on, it works. Right, so I'm going to go in and give these a reverse, just give me a second. Okay, so in terms of reverses, we're going to go linkage menu. That makes sense to me. Servo or reverse. So rudder, we agree, is fine. That needs reversing. That needs reversing. That needs reversing. Up, down, left, right, and right, left on there. So that's that done. Something I have noticed while it's here is I need to glue the tip on the wing, and put the prop back on, obviously. But other than that, that is another model ready for test flying on new radio. So that'll be fun. Another one I can add to the spreadsheet. That's something I'll show you before we end this video. Okay, so what I have here is a Google Sheets Excel spreadsheet, basically. It's not Excel, but you know what I mean. So I actually have this stuff off of the 14SG. Further down I have the stuff for the Crossfire stuff that we're dealing with at one point. So as you can see, I have the Watt 4 Viper Jet and the Flex Jet up at the top because they were on the Tyrannus. And we have that I've already updated the Avanti, and the Viper Jet is being ready for test. I can say that not the flying 330, that's the one with the silly face, extra 300, so that is ready for test. And then the Watt 4 up at the top, I'm going to say that it is new model, if I can type properly, ready for test. The reason why I'm doing that is because these are like transferred models, so they are, I'm like 99% sure going to be absolutely fine, whereas the Watt 4, because it's a new model memory, could be a bit more problematic. Group the jets together, we've done that. We'll go into those at a later date. So those are all the models. If you want to know my models, at least what is in my radio, that is the full list of things that I fly. Like I've noticed there's a mini quad on there. Probably that's going to end up with a long range system in it. if I can be bothered. Yeah, it really depends. In fact, I always got decent enough range on the Futaba stuff, so but yeah, so that is that. This has been this Tales from the Workshop episode. I've got 3 videos now to upload. I'm uploading one now. I've got Tales from the Workshop, the weird issue with that. That's another thing, my YouTube timetable is another one of these, so I can quickly fire up and have a look when the video's ended. But this is going to be it for now. Thank you for watching. Please like if you enjoyed the madness that is swapping over radio systems, but at least it's a lot easier than what it would have been with the Tyrannus, swapping from the 14 to the Tyrannus. But yes, I will finish. I'll get this Watt Force stripped apart, prop back on, wingtip glued, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.